What is up, YouTube? Welcome back. Time for another Monday metagame update. Today, we're taking a look mostly at standard. Not a lot has changed in historic or the other formats. A little bit's going on in alchemy, but it hasn't really kind of formed yet, so still waiting on that a little bit more. But if you like alchemy, there's the new set just came out, and people are experimenting with the Power 9 cards and stuff like that. That's kind of crazy right now. But yeah, for standard, looks like best of one is still pretty much dominated by mono white and Gruul and mono black. So mostly aggro and a little bit of, not a little bit, but a lot of mid range, to be honest. The most popular deck is still mono black, despite it not doing the best compared to the other lists. And Celestia Enchantments is still second most popular. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, so that's for best of one. That's what's going on with that. If we look at the tier list so far, just for this month, in the upper ranks, basically mono white is doing the best, and mono black is doing second best, but pretty closely tied with Rakdos and mono blue and mono red and Gruul. They're all pretty similar win rates. So still, honestly, standard is pretty wide open. You can try a lot of different things, but most of it's lining up in either aggro or mid-range, like around the mid-range spectrum, or a little bit faster than mid-range or a little bit slower than mid-range. So no real control decks, doesn't seem like. Though I did have the Esper one that I've been playing, and it's doing really well. So if enough people jump on board with that, then maybe we can get control to be a thing in standard. But yeah, anyway, I digress. So let's keep going on. As for best of three standard, we still see the black related decks doing well. Mono black, Rakdos, Jund, Esper, a little bit of the band control there. But yeah, those I think mostly Rakdos, Jund, and Esper are kind of like the top dogs in best of three format right now, it seems like. And if speaking about that, if we look at the recent standard challenges, you'll see that, surprise, surprise, Jund is doing well, and Esper is doing well, and Jund is doing well, and Esper is doing well. So the top four is just Jund and Esper. So I think they're kind of, seems like the top of the best of three meta is Jund or Esper currently. They're both kind of fighting for the top spot right now. So if you like one of those, or if you're really good at mid-range kind of grind fest kind of things, then check out one of those two decks. Those are definitely, seems like, the best decks right now. And then we had a few standard tournaments over the weekend. We had the Pizza Box Challenge, which had a lot of people in it, taken down by a Grixis mid-range deck, and nothing too surprising here. Just kind of a standard, almost Rakdos with a little bit of splash and blue. So, and then Mono Black, Jund, Esper, Rakdos, etc. All pretty much same things we're seeing again and again in these tournaments. So nothing too surprising there. This other tournament, however, it did have special requirements. So each deck has to have at least 3 colors. But surprisingly, the top winner of this one was a Naya mid-range deck, which is, we've never seen that before, so that's pretty cool. Basically, it's kind of like the green-white enchantments, but they added Fable of the Mirror Breaker and a few other red cards in there to make it a little bit stronger. But yeah, pretty cool. So if you're big on the green-white enchantments deck, then maybe check out this. It might be a better version to beat out Jund and Esper and other things like that. Could this be the new truth? I don't know. But check it out. Check it out. Looks cool. All right, and then in the third tournament this weekend, kind of same old stuff. The mono blue is still doing pretty well, so seems like a pretty decent deck for tournaments. If you're that into that kind of tempo style gameplay, then mono blue is actually a pretty solid choice. it's won tournaments for the last 3 weekends, so definitely a good choice if you want a different style of deck than mid-range. Alright, so got through all those tournaments and the tier lists and stuff like that. So I wanted to share with you some kind of cool decks that maybe aren't these like best of 3 tournament decks, but are doing very well and people are winning things with them. So the first one I want to share was this Is It list. So this person, Kevin Antonio, won their play-in qualifier on MTGA with this Is It list. Hullbreaker Horror, Lear, Temporal Firestorm, Aether Channeler, and Flameless Bolt, so stuff like that. So pretty cool take on Is It. We've seen a few people do something similar, but it seems like this person has perfected it a little bit more. And yeah, they won a pretty big tournament with it. I mean, it's not a tournament, but it's the qualifier for a big tournament, which is not easy to do. So if you want to try something new, more control-y, and more fresh, nothing stale, then check out this list. It looks pretty sweet. I'm definitely going to try some more of these Is It lists coming up. And another kind of cool brew, pretty similar to what some other decks, but some people have taken an Angel spin on the mono white deck and had Giada, Sarah, Paragon, Archangel, and Liesa in here. And this person was able to do very well in the standard events with this deck. So that's a pretty good feat. To be honest, the standard events have been pretty competitive. I've been playing quite a few of those, and good way to get you some gems, get you some playing points. And there's some brews in there, but there's also some serious decks in there, so winning those is not a small feat either. So yeah, if you like Angels, check this one out too. Well, that's it for the cool decks in standard. There was one historic tournament again this weekend, and surprisingly, also Mono Blue took down this historic tournament. And then, of course, Is It Wizards, still pretty good. And there's a Temur Tempo deck. Yeah, don't know what that is, but if that's your jam, you can check that out. But small tournament, Mono Blue took the win on this one. So yeah, pretty cool. Not a whole lot going on in historic, to be honest. So I think that will be it for the Monday metagame update. And until next time, go out there, have some fun on the ladder, and I'll see you